All right. Alrighty. Time to get fancy. I'm really not good at painting these, which is why I got this fancy one, which is all clear. So you don't paint this, right? This is a not painted model. Also, RG, the real grade is the best grade. The RG models are small size, so it's not some giant thing that takes up your whole apartment, but they have a lot of detail, so they're like, you know, just as fancy as the big ones, just small. So that's why they're the best. Trying to get the chat to show up on my phone. So I can monitor it. There we go. Live chat on the phone. Sweet. Okay. I don't think anyone's gonna watch, but whatever. I'm doing this whether people are watching or not. Alright. There's no reason to open these until the instruction tells you to get one that needs to be opened. So let's get the instruction. This is actually, I have the identical model to this in the non-clear version. I just haven't built it yet. I even have water slide decals instead of the regular. These are like sticker decals here. You can also get water slide ones where, you know, you cut them out and you put water and they look a lot nicer. But they're a lot more work. So I have those somewhere. Anyway. Also, I'm not very good at this. I mean, I can build them, but I'm not like talented, and I don't have fancy skills and techniques, right? I just follow the instructions like it's Legos or whatever. But if you've never built one of these before, for anyone watching, right? So even though the instructions are in Japanese, you know, Japanese people like to use a lot of English words. Real Grade is a new brand, which, as its name indicates, aimed to be the real thing. So much English. Instructions are in Japanese, but it's very, very easy to understand what's going on, even if you don't speak any Japanese at all. As you can see here, let's still zoom in here. You know, see, step 1, part 1, right? Ankle. Thanks for the English word there. Take part B10 and snap it onto, right, this little bit here, times 2. So do it twice, right? See, and then you take piece H3 and you put it in there. So all these little trays here, it's hard to see because they're clear. Here's a not clear one. Okay, so this is tray This is, well, these are sprues. So this is B, right? So we're looking for B10, and next to each of these pieces here, let me open it out of the plastic. You end up having a lot of plastic to throw away. So here you go, here's B10. Get a focus. There you go. B10, right here. Okay. So the only tool you actually super need is these, right? I have this basic tool set. Has a lot of different things in it, right? But this is the thing you really need, right? The cutters. And the important thing about the cutters is that this side of the cutter is perfectly flat. It's a flat-sided cutter, right? So when you go to get piece B10 here to make your ankle, right? You want to cut this off of the connection. You can put this flat end right up against the piece, right? And go cut, right? Cut. And the sharper the better. You can get, and now see here, this is a tricky one. I can't get right up against the piece because this is in the way. So I'm going to cut far away from the piece. Remember, yeah. Now I've removed it. And now we can get nice and close and precisely remove this nub here. Think. Okay. Mission accomplished. All right, so his piece B10. There's another B10. It's identical. Sometimes there's multiples of the same piece because it's the same on both sides of the robot, and sometimes there are different pieces for left and right that are not symmetrical. And if the pieces aren't exactly the same, they will have a different number, right? So if these two different B10s were actually different for left and right, this wouldn't be B10 and B10. It would be B10 and B11. All right, so it says here to remove. What is it trying to tell us to do? It's talking about this bit here, which seems to already be in place. Oh, is it telling us to remove it? It might be telling us to remove this. No, doesn't seem to be removable. No, or maybe it is. Yeah, it's telling us to remove this bit. There's a little bit here. It says we can remove it by pushing through these two prongs. That seems to be correct. Yeah. So there was a plastic bit attached to this to begin with. And the reason for that is probably to increase the, to make sure it stays in one piece while it's in the packaging, right? A little reinforcement. Okay, I popped the piece out. There it is. Right? I guess it was to keep this from getting broken or shimmying around too much in the packaging. So we popped that out. Let's put that over here in case we need it later, but I don't think we will. All right, now it wants us to put H3 into the bottom of this. Let's find number H, letter H. Letter H. Not H, not H. Oh, here's H. F. It's good to keep them in alphabetical order. G. H. Here's B. Okay, so H, which one do they want? They want H3. Here's H3. I think it's the rockets for the bottom of the feet here. Okay. Now you'll see in the instructions here, there's these two little red spike things, like tink tink, right? See right here, tink tink. It's like a little quotation mark. That's telling you, hey, the piece you're about to put in is not symmetrical. Make sure you put it in the right direction, right? Do you put it in like this, or do you put it in like this? Right? There's two different possibilities here. It says, make sure you get it right. So you have to look carefully at the picture to figure out which way is the right way. And it's trying to tell you, aha, look, one of the sticks on the bottom is bigger than that little stick. Big stick, little stick. And so the thing goes like this. Right, here's the bottom, and big stick goes forward, like so. There we go, fits perfectly. Okay. So got one. Now we're gonna repeat. So we need the other B10. We can do the same thing. Yeah, when you do this, a lot of times, when you do something twice, the second time you do it, right? You learn from the first time, obviously, so you do a better job, right? And it also goes faster. So it's like the first one, we had to do a lot of thinking, like, do we actually pop this thing out? It's like, yes, we do pop this thing out. All right, so let's figure it out. We don't have to think about it this time. We know exactly what to do because we've done it. Just push it out. Sounds like a job for a screwdriver, actually. Might be easier. It's like all your questions were answered the first time you did something. And now you're just doing it. And the second time. Without having to solve any problems. So yeah, someone mentioned in the comments the frustration is inversely proportional to size. So this is an RG kit, which is the real grade. So the different grades are as follows. All right, so this is RG, real grade. It's actually the newest grade. There's the original grade. Actually, let me go get something. Okay, this is the first grade. All right. Let me zoom out. This is first grade. This obviously isn't from 1970 whatever, but you can buy these for $2, these kits, right? And the awesome thing about this is that this is identical to the very first Gundam model that was ever made, right? So it's not even painted, right? It's just white. It only has a few pieces. Here's the instructions. This is literally the whole instructions. This is it, 6 steps. Right? You can buy these for $2. So I have like 3 or 4 of them. I think how many I have? I have 3 of these. And if you've never built one of these before, why not build the first one that was ever made, right? A great way to learn the same, kit they made in the 70s. And even if you've, a master at these, having one of these, maybe you want to practice some painting, or you want to try out a new technique, right? Try it out on this $2 colorless model, right? And see how it works. And then once you see if it works, you can try it out on, the real model after testing it. So for $2, getting a bunch of these is great. Now, if you're trying to figure out whether this is a hobby you want to do, you know, this is an okay way to start, but usually people start by building either the bear guy, which is a bear, which is awesome, right? Even if you don't like Gundams, you like the bear robot. It looks like a bear, rawr. Or you can build a ball, and you know, which is just a ball shaped robot, right? Which has little arms and stuff for traveling around in space. So that's pretty cool too. Now the simpler ones, obviously, right, are less articulate, right? So this robot here, you know, its arm moves like it's dancing the robot, right? It can't bend its elbow. It can't really bend its elbow very much, right? It can't really move its arm out like this, or you know, the wrist only moves so much, you know. Whereas this guy, right, the RG, right, this is the internal skeleton, and look, you got this is like the foot, right? So here, look, the foot moves like this and like this. And here's the ankle. It's like you got all the, look at one, there are 3 points of articulation in this foot alone, and one of them is a ball that can rotate every which way, right? So that's first grade, that one I just showed you. Then they have what's called no grade, which is sort of like a relatively simple model, but is in, you know, can be all different shapes and sizes, right? It's a model that doesn't fit in with any of the others, but usually they're pretty simple and pretty cheap. Then there is the master grade. So the master grade is, you know, is like the most well-known grade, and it's a lot like this, a real grade, you know, except for the fact that the size of the master grade is 1/100th, right? Which means that if you took it and made it 100 times bigger, it would be the size of a real size of a real Gundam. The real grade is basically the same as master grade, only the size is 1/144, which means it would have to be 144 times bigger than this model to be the size of the real Gundam. So when you go to Japan and there's that giant Gundam that you can take a picture next to, that is 1/1. Right? That is the size that a Gundam would be if it was a real thing. Then you have perfect grade. Perfect grade is like ridiculously expensive, fancy LEDs, nonsense. Except that, you know, it's hundreds of dollars, it's super fancy, it comes in all sorts of different sizes. Then you have HG, high grade. High grade is like the same size as real grade, only much simpler. You don't have this internal skeleton part, right, going on. You know, you just have the, you know, the outside part, right? It's a much simpler model to make. But it's the same 1/144th size. So those are the grades of Gundam, right? So you probably don't want to start with real or master or perfect grade. You want to start with no grade, first grade, or high grade. So I like real grade because, you know, you get all the fun of the complexity of the master grade, but you don't have this giant model, right? It's, you know, I like little guys. All right, so step. Moving on. Let's go back in here. All right, moving on. Part 2. We're going to take the feet and we flip up the ankle, like, you know, rotate it. We did that. Good. You got to get E1, E2, and C8 and clamp them onto the foot. All right. Let's find E. I think E is right here. That's F. Let's open up everything and put them in alphabetical order. So here is the E1 tray, and here is the D1 tray. So I guess there's E2 and D2 trays. So put the D1 on top, DE, B goes on top of that, H, F, G, H goes on the bottom. Okay. Oh, here's E2 and D2. Here's E2 and D2. So you'll see, right, is D1, and this is D2. The reason is that yeah, you can see that these were originally part of the same thing. So that's why they're, right? That's why it's not just like D and E, you know, just sort of indicating like, hey, it's the same color. D, you know, you remember that D is clear. E1, E2. Here's all the cool color bits. This is probably A, yeah. A and C. So A, B, C, D1, D2, E1, E2, F, FGH, FGH. Perfect. Everything's now open. Okay. Just move right along now. Get our E1, E2 out here. Okay, taking the E114 and the E214. See, this is where we're getting different here, right? The left foot is different from the right foot. These internal parts of the feet are the same, but one foot is using the E parts, and another foot is going to use the... Oh, no, it says ×2. Okay. E114 and E2. Oh, I see. Use E114 on one of the feet and use... So we're going to use the E1 parts on one foot and the E2 parts on the other foot. E114. There it is. Ooh, it's cool and clear. How awesome is that? And then C8. Oh, yeah. It looks like the bottom of a foot. Now, one of the most important things is when you're cutting, hold on to the piece while you cut, right? Because if the piece goes flying, you know, from the snap of the cut, then how are you going to find it on the floor, right? This way, the piece is in your hand. Right, you got it. It's not going anywhere, okay? So this is going to go, here's the foot. There's little dots there that fit in here. And then this is going to come down onto the top. Like this. Boom. There we go. It's a foot. Starting to look like a foot anyway. Okay. ×2. So now we're going to use the other C8 and the E214. So here's the other C8. Holding on during the final cut. And E2. Not E114, E214. E214. Here it is. And we already know what to do from the previous one, how to attach this. So it should be no trouble at all. All right, let's see. Is there any difference between these? Is one apparently the left or the right? It doesn't seem so. It seems they're identical. So we don't have to worry about separating the left from the right yet. Okay, now we're gonna do, forget about E, we're gonna go for the D, D1, D2. Let's go D110 and then D210. D110. There it is. Is D110, and we're gonna need C6. C tray. C6. See, they tend to put all these foot pieces near each other on the tray. Check out the shield piece, that's hot. So the thing to watch out for also with these, right, with this clear model, is that when you cut, if you cut it wrong, you might leave like a mark, and it won't be like nice and flush and cool looking, right? And like when people look at your model, there'll be this like specks all over it. And there's not much you can do because it's clear. You can usually paint over that on a non-clear model. Not that I can paint anything ever. Okay, so we put this one goes over. Oh, is it gonna go like this? I think it's gonna go like this. Yeah. There it goes. And then the foot is gonna come in through the front. Ooh, now that really looks like a foot. See that? Really looking like a foot now. And then you can see that internal skeleton that was articulating, this is still has that articulation of the front of the foot. Right? So you can make it stand, like this. Or however you need it to. Okay, there we go. Okay. Now we need to do it again with D210. That was D110. And the other C8. C6. C6. Doesn't hurt to double check everything in the instructions constantly. Because you make one mistake, you break one piece, you put one, you put something from the right on the left. It's like, man, you're going to be taking stuff apart, and it is not a good time to take stuff apart. Most of these things were designed to go on once and beyond, right? Not to be taken apart. So if you have to take them apart, it sucks. Not that it's impossible, but it sucks. There's certain things you can do sometimes to make it easier to take apart. Okay. Flip the ankle up on both. Done. Okay. Now the back of the foot is going to come in. That's why we removed that bit, because these two slots are going to be used. These two slots are going to be used now from that part that we removed. I'm going to use E115 and C7. So back to the E. I'm going to use E115 and E215. You can actually just cut out everything and then both all at the same time. There's E115. As long as we know it's E115 and E215 are identical, then it's okay to cut them both out and put them next to each other. If there was a possibility of them being different, right, then and mixing them up, then we'd be in big trouble. Okay, we need two C7s. C7. Oh, that's the foot piece we knew about already. Okay, so how is this going to go on here? The E1 goes in the slots like this. And then the C7 comes up and attaches to the E1. Oh, there you go. Look at that. A foot. Looks like a foot now. And you see the ankle articulates here. Right? You get all the, right? Even the left and the right a little bit. Obviously, it's much more restricted than it was originally. And you can see there's the mounting point, right? The ankle leg is going to go into that hole and then also attach on the sides here. It's a nice foot. Let's put together this other foot. Oh, there we go. 2 feet. Feet. Feats of strength. 2 feet. Identical feats. Feet's done. Moving right along. Here's like we're going to put a little guard that attaches to the things there. Uses 3 pieces. Ooh, a lot of pieces for this. Oof. All right. Let's do one at a time. So it requires, let's get D1 out here. So we're gonna need D18. Let's get all the pieces we need for this complicated thing at once and then assemble it. So here's D18. Nope. See, that's what happens if you don't hold on to the piece while you're cutting. Got it. And then we need G4 and G5. And the instructions have an exclamation point next to G4 and G5, which suggests that we should be careful while cutting them out. Here's G. G4 and 5. Yeah, let's not break these. Okay, careful. Ooh, I should try to remember which one's 4 and which one's 5. All right, let's cut out 4. Okay, we'll put 4 on the left side of my tray. And we'll put 5 on the other side of the tray. Aha, so I see what's happening, right? So here is the D1. And this D1 is actually going to go which way? It's not symmetrical. It's going like this. And then the G4 is coming in on the side here. Yep, there you go. Like so. Oop. And this one's coming in on the other side. Oof. Really don't want to break this right now. Okay. Okay. It's not all the way on. There we go. Snap. You don't want to force things, but you do have to make sure they're snapped securely. Right? See, so now this is going to go like on the foot like this. But before we do that, there's a D118 and a D119. There's the D tray. D2. There you go, D1. So D1, 18, and 19. These little caps. Now here we go, 18 and 19. These two caps here. Gotta make sure, I guess if they're numbered differently, they're not just 18, 18, it's 18, 19. That means they're different. So let's cut off 18. It's tiny, gonna hold on to it while I cut it. So it'll go flying. Okay, so which side does 18 go on? Right, let's put it on. 18 goes on, ooh, we gotta make sure we have this right. When it's in this orientation, 18 goes on this side. Got it. So 19 goes on the other side. And then we should be able to clamp this on. Like so. These thingies are not staying attached. It's not good. Why aren't you staying? Oh, you rotate them to lock them on? Oops. Hold on. There's a note here. Oh, that one's on nicely. Okay, this one should also be on tightly. Doesn't want to stay on. Might need to use a glue. That's one. Okay. I gotta get the D2 instead of the D1 tray. And repeat. That's G4. So let's attach the G4 over there. Put the G5 over there. And then 18 and 19 on D2. D2, 18 and 19, there they are. Let's see if these stay on any better than the other ones. Nope, that one was 19. And this is 18, okay. So you take this lag. The G4 goes on this side. The G5 goes on this side. The 18 goes on this side. It's not nice and firm, and this one goes on that side. It's also nice and firm. Okay. And we can attach it to the footsie. And it looks good. Alright, let's try to make this guy stay on better. So take it off. Why aren't you staying on? And why are you staying on? What is the difference? Seems like the inside of this ring is just a little too big and is not creating enough friction with the, right? Because these little nubs here on the inside of the ring, they're supposed to go into these slots on this, right? And that's supposed to give it enough friction to stay on, but it's not. think also... No. Not any better. Oh well. Might have to put some glue on that there later. Alright, might put some glues on this like soon because it just fell off again. Okay, good thing we got fancy modeling glues. Here it is. No, that's not it. There it is. Okay. Ultra thin, extra thin cement. This is the stuff. Extremely flammable, vapor harmful. Read carefully. Cautions on side panels. Danger, flammable. Contains all kinds of dangerous shit. Okay. No children. Don't put it in your eye. Use in well ventilated, tight and kept securely. Okay. Okay. It's extra thin cement. So we're just going to put the tiniest amount in here. And then put it back on there. This tiny, tiny brush. The tiniest cement. Close it up, keep those harmful vapors in there, and then this guy on there. Doesn't look like it's interfering with the motion, but it has cemented the piece in place without creating any visual problems, and it's already cementing, so looks good. Good job, cement. Weeka, 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 weeka. Still weeka, weekaing. So the cement did not stop the articulation, but it did keep this piece from flying off. If the other ones cause a problem, I'll cement those as well, probably. Cements. Not just for making streets. All right. Moving along. That is the end of feats. Feet complete. Time for leg. Leg time. Part 2. Part 2, leg. B1. So B seems to be the tray that has all the skeletons on it. Right? See, look, here's some leg. It's mostly leg, right? You know, you look at a Gundam. Right? You look at any Gundam, right? Look at this guy. It's leg. Torso, right? Torso, it's not as long as the leg. The leg is the biggest piece. They're almost all leg. All of them. So here's these giant legs. All right, so the legs are different, right? See, it's telling us B1. It's not saying times 2 or anything like that over here. Right? It just says B1. And then you get down here, left leg. Okay? So everything we're going to do all right leg, and then we're going to do all left leg is part 3. They're not symmetrical. They're inverse. So it's different pieces. B1. You see here's B1. Carefully remove B1 from the sprue. Okay, now we're gonna go around B1 and trim it up a little bit. Oop. Dropped it. It's all right. Okay, now look how much movement you have in B1. Okay, so you have this. This is probably where the foot's gonna go, right? So it's a ball in a socket. You got another ball in a socket above that, right? It's like a double ball socket here. You got this bit, which is probably gonna slide, right? Here's the knee. The knee is in here, and you can see there's these joints. It's gonna move, right? It's even telling us right now, okay, rotate this 90 degrees this way. Then spin this around all the way. 180, right? Oh, bring this up into there. Take this down, huh? Do we need to cut? I think we have to cut this piece out. It's telling us to cut some pieces. My cutters aren't quite pointy enough to get in there. No, I got it. Got it. Okay. Need to remove this bally bit here. Then we could bring this down. The knee should operate soon. Oh, there it goes. All right, so now you can see the knee operating. All right. It worked. Like this one slides up, this one slides back, right? Like this. Okay. Now we're just gonna attach all kinds of stuff to the sides of this to make it look like a leg, right? But this is really the thing that operates the leg. It's quite similar to the feet. We started with that fancy piece and we just put, armored plating on it. If you think about it, right? This part here is the robot, and then you're just putting armor on it. So G6, G7. Where's G? Here we go. So there's two G6s and two G7s. It's fine. But I bet on the left leg, you're putting the G6 and the G7 on the opposite sides. There's the 6. We should put the 6 on first. Well, I'll put the 6 on the left. Put the 7 on the right. Then we'll put the 4 on the left. And we need H4. And H5. Which are these circly bits? 4 on the left, 5 on the right. Okay. Take the leg facing this way. G6 is going to come in like this. And G7 is going to come in like this. There you go. And now H4 is going to come in like this. Aha. And this is going to come in like this. Yeah, so these circly bits are, they're encompassing the double ball joint here. Right, and here's the, right, there's some armor plating and there's some on the ball joint to cover up the bit there. Okay. And the knee works even better now that this armor is attached. Okay. Need F11 and F15. Haven't used any Fs yet. I don't think. Here they are. 11 and 15. Okay. Eleven on the left. 15 on our right. Okay, so when the leg is in this position, 11 comes in from the forward. And 15 comes in from the back. The knee still works, knee still works. Okay. It's also telling me to put a decal on. So that must be because otherwise we won't be able to reach this decal spot once we assemble the rest of the model. So this is the decal symbol here. All right, looks like a sticker. I think that means put it on both sides. So it's decal number 26. Let's take a look at decal 26 and see what it looks like. Oh, they're gold dots. Yeah, they want us to put these gold dots on there. Okay. So to do decals, again, you need the tweezer. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Gold dot right in the hole. Boom. Done. So easy. Tweezer is king. And there goes one on the floor. But I got it. Do I still got it? Where'd it go? I think I might have actually lost that one. Don't move. Don't move. There it is. It's on this finger. Got it. Doesn't want to come off the tweezer. Gonna have to poke it. The other one, right, I put it near the model and it stuck and came off the tweezer. This one isn't sticking. Stick. Did all the stickiness come off onto my finger? Really? There we go. Alright, that one was a bit of a pain, but we got it. 2 gold dots. 2 more gold dots. Easy? Yeah, they should all be that easy. I don't know why that one gave me trouble. And it's always the second one that wants to bounce away. This one's actually stuck to the floor in my apartment. Okay. Got it. Got some dust on it. So you might be thinking like, oh no, you scratched it up and got it dusty, and yeah, it's not perfect if you look at it with a magnifying glass, right? But look, at the distance you're looking at it from, looks like 4 gold dots to me, right? I had a shop teacher in high school, and I think we were nailing something together, and I like put a nail in crooked, and I was like, oh, should I pull it out and redo it? He's like, can't see it from your house, right? Anyone who's gonna be looking at it, if you're looking at it from far away, they're not gonna notice. Right? You'd be surprised how many things in life, you know, they look perfect and beautiful. You get close, you see all kinds of crazy flaws all over the place, but it doesn't matter because you zoom out and everything's together. It's going to look not like that. When this is done, it's going to look like this. Right? Can you show me where the gold dot is on this picture? Okay. Okay. Decaled. Done. We need D1, number 9. And this is actually going to slide on to this weird mechanism here, with the big end towards the bottom, like this. How does this actually attach? This is interesting. I've never seen something like this before. What do they want from me here? Oh, it extends. Okay. How do they want this to work? I want it to go underneath here, and then underneath that also. So we have to keep it down. Stay down. Boom, click. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, there you go. It's not very well secured. Have to push it in. Okay, there you go. Yeah, see, it's in there, but it still has the freedom to move while still being securely fastened to the front. Yeah, looks good. Okay. Okay. A7 and A10. The A tray with the cool colors. No, that's the C tray with the cool colors. This is the A tray. Oh, A7 and 10 are just clear. So A7 and A10 are going to go onto this area in the front. A7. Hold on to A7 while you make the final cut. So they go flying like the decals. And A10 is super tiny, so be, ooh man, that's tiny. It looks a lot like the piece we removed earlier. Okay, so this is actually going to be used here to lock in this. Oh, it's pay attention to the direction. This end up. Got it. Yeah, see, now this isn't going anywhere now that A10 is in place. Locking it in. And the A7 is just going to go right. Ooh, which way does it go? Ah, this end down. Yep. Onto these two posts. Oh, that's the back of the leg. That's the back of the leg. The knee bends this way. Okay. A7, A10. Okay. A2, A3 on both sides. Opposite sides, A2 and 3. What do A2 and 3 look like? This? 3 on the right, 2 on the left. Okay, a leg goes like this. I think we need the E pieces first. E1, that's F, that's H. Which one is E again? E1. We need E1, 28 and 29. Oof, really tiny things at the bottom here. Oh man, that's awful. Let's put 28 on the left. That's why you always hold the piece when you cut it out. 29 on the right. Okay, so take the leg like so. Insert this into. So this one comes in to extend this bit up. No, swap them. There we go. Yeah, see the E piece attached to the A piece. And then this goes into the side of the leg. There. There we go. Even more leg armor. The knee still works? Yep. It's the calf armor we just attached there. Okay. Starting to look like a leg. See, it looks all complicated, but look how far we've come already. We already got feet and a leg, right? Okay. Alright, so E1 22 is this crazy thing. It seems to be the foundation of the next step. So let's take a look at it. Alright, it's gonna go like this. Yeah, it goes right there. And then we're gonna attach some other stuff to it. We need D123 to lock it in. There it is. D1 tray, D123. Such a tiny bit. I don't even know where. Do I cut that part? Oh, I don't know. Alright, when you're unsure, cut less. Whenever you're unsure, cut less. Alright, so that's D123. Okay, yeah, we cut not enough, but that's better than cutting too much, because you cut too much, you're done. Right? Okay. So this goes on, lining up with that, and this comes in to lock it, and it can only go in this direction because there's a notch. Yeah, even though every model's different, you'll see some like common construction patterns, right? Putting a big piece of armor on and then putting a tiny bit into a hole in that piece to sort of lock it, right? That's pretty common. Putting things onto posts with holes, that's really common. You know. Okay, now I need D1 20, and it looks like we need 2 of them to go on both sides. Yep. These are the kind of things where we might need to bring out the cement again. Let's check out our other cemented thingy. That's still articulating. Still articulating. That's the one that definitely had the cement, and it's not going anywhere. Good cement. Good job. See, I don't think it matters which foot is left foot and right foot, so. Okay, so these nubs go. I see. There's a very tiny hole, and on this piece there's a very tiny stick. It's got to go into that hole. See? Right here. This guy. And now there's going to be one on the other side also. See, now there's two little nubs here, like headphones. Perfect. Okay. 3 big pieces coming here. D17, D16. Alright, 6 and 7. Is 7, where's 6? Oh, 6 and 7 are very different from each other. I don't think we can get those confused. Six is like a ring, and 7 is a plate of armor. So D16, D17. We need E110 also. Notice how we barely use like the A tray and the B tray, right? We tend to stick with, right? We haven't used G at all, we haven't used... It's like a lot of pieces that go together, same color, they're all in the same tray. Sprue, whatever you want to call it. 10. You know, like all the weapons and shields, you know, you do last. They're all together. Okay. Take the leg, facing which way? This way. D17, which looks like this, comes in here into that slot. Yep. Boom. E110 comes from the back and lines up with it. I feel like those should be getting closer to each other. And then C6, this direction is important. So like this. The big shield side of it comes down this way. There it goes. Fit. And we're basically attaching a bunch of clear armor to the side of this leg structure. And the knee, just want to show you the knee still works. But this bit, is this attached fully? Oh, it's supposed to do that. Oh, it's cool. Look at that. Watch this. See how this piece of armor separates, right, when the joint moves, and then when the joint fully collapses, it goes back into place. See, this piece armor here articulates as well. Sure everything's nice and secure. Okay. That was this step. We need E16A8. Oh, D111 and 12 are going to go on opposite sides. So we can do that by itself. Here's 11 and 12. Oops. 11 on the left, 12 on the right. Okay, the leg goes like so. 11 comes in on this side, like this. And 12 comes in on this side, the opposite way. Sort of bulking up the calf armor there. This knee is going to be covered up in no time. Okay, you need A8. Oh, it says to bend this down now. And so the leg attaches like, you know, onto the torso, like boop. And this is the thigh, right? The hip is all around here. See, the E116 is going there. And it goes with that part facing up. Nice. So I just filled in this gap, but it's a slightly different clear plastic, right? It's sort of like the smoky clear versus the super clear, totally transparent. So you get this cool sort of effect there. Right, the mixing of the two different clear colors. Right, and then down here they use the effect of putting a clear piece on top of a clear piece to, you know, create more visual details of, like, you know, the appearance of this technological internal structure, right? By just overlapping pieces that have all sorts of different, you know, things carved in them. All right, we need A8. The A tray is easy to find because it has swords on it. Beam sabers, sorry. And the A8 plate goes on the back here, and which side goes up? This side. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna cover up the knee, and we're gonna stick the leg in the foot. So we're gonna eat. Oh, we need F1. Ooh, it's got a big exclamation point on the F1. So let's be careful. Let's get the F1 out of the way. Oh yeah, look how tiny this F1 is. Ding, ding, ding. This little guy. It's the tiniest. Is it the tiniest piece in this whole freaking set? Very careful not to get this on the floor, lose it. Just put it right down there as F1. Stay there, F1. You tiny little thing, you. Alright. E21. Oh, let's get D127 right here. Here it is. Nice big piece. And E121. Okay. So I think F1 actually goes first onto here. How does it go, though? Does it go like this? No, wait. Oh, this is tricky. Go like this? Yeah, it goes like this. Yep. It's like a little pitchfork, okay. Then the D127 comes on the posts. And then the E121 comes, covering up both of them, locking them both down. There we go. The knee is covered. And see how the knee, right, not only do these two pieces separate, right, when the knee goes, right, these two armors separate and this one slides up. There you go. Fancy clear colored leg. Okay. And you see there's the gold dots are visible on the back of the sides of the back of the knee joint there. And the final step of the leg is to insert it into a foot. I'm gonna jam it in there. All right, there we have it. Left leg. Left leg. Right. Looks just like the picture. The picture actually has some blue coloring on the inside of the model there. I don't think we forgot to put any decals on. Oh, I think what it is, I think it's the lighting. No, they definitely have a much stronger blue color than I have in my in these pieces. I mean, there is some blueness to these, right? And those are the pieces that have the blue highlight in the picture. They must have photoshopped to really pump up the blue on those. There's also some pink decals on the top there. But yeah, looks the same. Okay. Now we have to repeat everything we just did for that leg onto make the other leg. Starting with, of course, the big leg piece. But now we've done this before, so we remember everything that we did. And when we see the instructions, we're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Just opposite side. Just opposite side. Nothing else changes. Same procedure, opposite side. You know, actually, these parts are kind of boring in a way. It's like you actually, you end up building the better model when you build the second half because you know what you're doing. Less mistakes, if any. You know what to look out for. But it's like you're not discovering anything new, right? It's like, oh, I already done this. It's like if I bought you a Lego model you already had and you put it together and it's like, I've done that before, right? You want new. Newness, novelty. Novelty is where it's at. People like novelty. Drop the whole thing on the floor, okay. That goes there. This goes down. And the knee operates. It's working. This is working. That's working. Okay. It's a working leg. Perfect. Oh, we forgot to rotate this 180 degrees. Done. Done. Okay. Repeating. Such deja vu. It's like, oh yeah, these pieces. I remember cutting these out. G6 and G7, I remember you. Hmm? H4, H5. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's time for our golden decals again. The golden dots. 4 have been used, 4 remain. We're 2 for 2 so far on dropping on the floor, but we got all of them on there. Can we get all 4 of these on without any sort of bullshit? Uh-oh. That's bad. That's even worse than dropping it on the floor. The paper is stuck to this one. It's not adhesive because it adhered to the backing paper. How do I even fix that on a decal this small? I don't even know. I've never had this happen before. Oh, there we go. Use my fingernail to separate it. Success! You think it's tiny decal, but, you know, it's actually... Boom. Golden dot number 1. No, 5. Golden dot 5. Okay. That one did not stick to the paper behind it. And it did not bounce up into the sky. Alright, there we go. Uh-oh. Turned upside down. Okay. Okay. Nope, it's next to where it belongs. All right, there we go. Imagine trying to do this with water slide decals, right? You got to put them in water and then... Oh, you almost came with the paper too. Boom, that one was super perfect. Easy. Done. 4 dots. 6 out of 8's gold dots go on properly. Cool. Okay. Gold dots are here, which means you still need F10 and F16. This is like the lowest end cutter you can get, and it's still amazing. But if you do this a lot, you can buy a cutter that's not part of a set that's like, you know, way fancy. They have like the highest quality cutters out there. This way, that way. This is F10. No. This way. Oh, upside down. This is actually, it is F10. Goes this way. Then F16 comes in from the back. Got it. D2. See how we were doing the E1s and the D1s last time? Now we're doing the 2s. So actually we can take the E1 tray and the D1 tray. We might need the D1 tray a little bit, but we'll put that off to the side. Concentrate on the E2 and D2 trays. So here's D2. And here's E2. Okay. So D2 number 9. And they put the left leg pieces onto the number 1 trays, and the right leg pieces onto the okay. Oh, this thing again. Let's slide. This is much harder than it was last time, even though I know what I have to do, because I did it before. think it's because the underlying joint here is a little looser, so it keeps slipping more. The joint on the core leg. Oh, there it goes. Got it. Just reset the position and go for it again. You gotta use the A pieces to lock it in, right? A10. A10 is the tiny piece to lock it in. So now I can't escape. To A7. Okay. A2 and 3. We already used A. Oh, there's another A2 and 3 over here. Okay. A2 on the left. A3 on the right. And then E2829. It's E2 2829. Oh, right, these things. Got this other leg to look at. That really helps a lot. Oh, the little headphones. D220. There they are. Headphones. D223. There it is. Tiny bit. Oh, and I know I'm supposed to cut all of it now. Got it. D222. Okay, with the headphones on. It's facing the front, so E222 comes in from the back. There we go. It doesn't look like it went in all the way. No, and that one it didn't go all the way in either, so I guess that's how it's supposed to be. Okay. E210, D2 5 and 7. Oh, it's D1 5, D2 7. I'm like, where's 5? I don't see a 5 on here. D1 5. There it is, the ring. Okay. E210 comes in like this. D27 comes in from the other side. To link up with it. Like that. And then the ring. Comes down like that. Put the leg stick down. Need A8. E216. Let's take a look at the other leg. You're like, okay, where does this thing? Got it. Looks pretty similar. Pretty similar. It's good to put the neon. Tiny F1 time. So I do have the opaque color version of this model. It's still in the box over there. I haven't put it together. Like, I think I said this with the water slide decals, this F1. I could take pieces from that one and this one and combine them to make a cool model that's like part colored, part translucent. Because it's the exact same model. Like, these instructions actually, if you look at them, have the colored one right, in the pictures, because it's the same. It's 100% same pieces. They just, you know, this is a special one where they made it different colors. F1 in place, perfect. Working knee, working knee. Okay, looks good. Stick it in the foot. You have two identical legs. Ta-da! Make sure they're identical, make sure you didn't forget anything. The piece is just really clear. I couldn't see if it was there or not. Okay. Two legs. And they stand on their own. Time for waist unit. Waist unit. And not the toilet. Not that kind of waist. Okay, take a little preview of what's gonna happen. So usually these waist units are structured is there's a bottom part where the legs hook into, right? Then there's a hole in the top where the torso just sort of sticks on with a peg, right, just straight into a hole, and so the torso can rotate around, or a ball joint, right? And then there'll be sort of these things off to the side where armor plates in the front and the back, where armor plates can hang, right? Let's see in the picture, right? Because you want to put these things, right? There's the crotch thing, the side flappy armor, the front and rear two flappy armors, right? And then there'll be a hole in the back where you can take a gun and mount it so that, you know, it's holding it back there in readiness, right? I see in this red is where the torso starts. At the bottom of that red is a stick that goes in. So that's how it's gonna be. That's what we can expect from the waist unit. I think after the waist unit, I'm gonna take a little break. Eat some food, drink some water. Okay, so we're back to this X2 structure where, you know, the sides are symmetrical, right? So let's actually use the E2 and the D2 ones first. I guess whatever. So we need F7. Everything's starting with F7, huh? Interesting. What does F7 look like? Oh, it's like a side armor. We're starting with like a side panel? Oh, they want us to build the panels first. Then we're gonna cut out the center structure and attach them. All right, it's a strange order to do it, but okay. F7 first. Oh, and times 2, so I need 2 F7s. And then we're gonna do 2 F6s also, okay. Let's just do one. F7. See how this goes. What this looks like. So this is an F7. It's going to be an armor flap for the waist unit. We're going to attach, let's see, E227 and D225. So D225 is here. And E227. So this armor flap will stick in. So this is the D225 is going to go along the bottom. Really? No, this goes this way, and this goes on the bottom. There we go. And this comes down on the top. Yeah, there we go. That's a right. So this is the front left of the crotch, right? The crotch is here, and this is go flappy, 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 flappy to the left of it. And there's probably the same thing in the back, and on the so both sides, front and back. So you need 4 of these things. So let's get the other F7. I'll get D1 and E1. So here's E1, 27. And E1, 27. Oh, no, it's E1. It's D1, 25. Yes, that's correct. Uh-oh. Hold it. Perfect. Flappy. Bottom. Top. Now we got 2 of those. Now we need 2 the other kind. So F6s. Just get them all out. I need a closer cut on that one. Okay, we need 24 and 26. So the E26s and the D24s. D26. D26. Oop. D24. D24. Check. Ta-da. Okay. 4-1 and 4-2 are done. We're on to 4-3. Getting piece B4. This is the internal structure bits. Right? See, B4 has got a whole lot of pieces here, and it's telling us we have to even... B4 itself needs assembly. Right? So you know on the instructions, there's these red... Right? It shows you which parts to cut. Advanced MS joint, advanced mobile suit joints. Look, this one even has the fists built in. That's interesting. All right, so we're cutting where? First, let's look at the diagram. Okay, we're cutting here. Check, this is super important. Cutting there. Check. Cutting in both of these. Oh, hold it this way. Okay. Cutting in both of these locations and this location. So, one. Oh, already did that one. Oh, this one on the other side. And both of these spots. That's a hard one. Oh, no, it's not. I got it. Boop. Boop. Okay, with that, shave that one up a little bit. Okay. Then we're cutting 1, 2, 3, 4 more spots. So let's cut these two to remove it from the thing. 1. Just cut it far away, pop it out. Then we'll cut it close. Okay. Now I gotta get these two spots. They're preventing the rotation. Does this rotate now? Yep. So now that it rotates, we can cut this real easily. Rotate it back. Okay. Yep. Rotatey bits. Okay. So the way this looks is interesting. A, B, C. Oh, it says it wants us to take A, B, and C apart. Oops. Oh, it's not oh, wait, maybe. Nope. Okay. Okay. That's supposed to do that. Okay, so this is the top part. We're supposed to get this out of here. Got it. And then this is the torso action. Goes like this. So we protect these, put them aside. I think we'll definitely need them later. You know, looks like a torso to me. This is the waist. Okay. So, waist unit. Okay, we need C and A. The color. See, A14. Oh, it's yellow. A14 is yellow. And tiny. Must protect this very important piece. And then C21 and 22. Ooh, these are red. Ooh. And they're also ridiculously tiny. Okay. Oh man, this is even smaller than F1. Good thing I was keeping very careful. Look at that, that's tiniest. Okay. I'm gonna combine these. So the tiny one goes on top. Oh, that actually attached. And this one comes in on bottom. Oof, man. Alright. Look at that. There's 3 pieces. Red, yellow, red. Oof, tiny. Looks like D135 is gonna, so the waist actually goes like this. So you think it goes like this, it's like, no, it goes this way, right? The legs come into the side through these holes, right? Like that, well, right? And then this is the crotch we're making. It's gonna go onto the front. As soon as I get the piece D135, it will be much more obvious. Okay. Got it. See? It's the front center. There we go. Just like this. Okay. Piece A6. So A6 is going to come up from the bottom into here. Then we're going to put some flappy flappies like this. That looks like waist, legs coming out here. Okay. So this one goes like, this is going to go to the back. So, yeah. This one hooks on here. Oh, it hooked. It hooked. You got it. It's hard to see that it's completely hooked because it's transparent. Then this one hooks. Oof, wow. Oof. Oof, this is tough. There's not a lot of room to hook this. Oh, oh, is it on? I don't think so. Oh, got it. Didn't break it. Okay, A+. Yeah, there we go. So this one goes flap down, and then this one flaps on top. Yeah, got it. And then this whole thing slides onto the back. Oh. Listen, I can't cement you. You have to stay in your socket. The loose ball and socket is the worst because it's like you can't glue that, you'll lose your articulation. I don't know why they made me put that on first. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Anyway. That goes there. And then the rear flaps go on. Oh, but A5 has to come in from the bottom. Front, back. Body goes here, legs come out here. Now we got to play with this thing. And we also need C19. His C19 is to face this way, and this, the shorter ends comes up into it. Okay, that's in. Then we need C13 and C14 on either side. What do those even look like? These little pink things that are tiny and annoying. Fit in so nicely on the other side. No, gotcha. These little pink things are holding in the gray thing. It's 4-6, 4-7. Oh, we need B5. Where do we cut B5? 4 places? Okay. I'm just gonna cut it in these 4 places to take it off. And then cut close. Yeah, see, like I said, it goes off to the side to hold on to stuff. So, take this, flip it over. Seems, is this symmetrical? Yeah, it's symmetrical, okay. Put, oh, no. Flip the flaps 180 and then down. 180 and then down. Yeah, then we're gonna do something like this. And you're gonna put some side armors, which consist of E23 and D28. So they're 2 pieces. E23s and D28s. Okay, this is E. Let's find a 23. There it is. What? Is that right? E223, E123. Wow, okay. There's a 23. There's a 23. We need 28s. 28. Just confirm it. Doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt it to confirm it. 28. $28. $28. Okay, so we take one of these. Attach it like that. There, now it looks like the picture. Okay. And then these go onto these side panels, like this. Get back here. now we put the legs in. We should put this on first. So this goes up top. And then this goes through with the hole opening going forward. So, boom. There's our waist unit. And then the legs go into the waist unit. Make sure we get the left leg and the right leg not messed up. Oh crap. Alright, that's definitely the left leg. Don't put the wrong leg in the wrong side. Alright, there we have it. Legs and waist unit. How cool is that? Let's zoom it in here. Sun started shining. It stands up. The cement didn't ruin the articulation, and it kept the piece from falling off. All these armor flappies are staying on. Let's take the camera off the tripod. Too much light. Okay. Move those guys out of the way. There we go. There we go. Looks pretty good. Legs. Too bright. Okay. All right. It's time to eat. I'm way hungry. We will finish this again some other day. No, that was all upside down. Let's make that not upside down. Okay, now you can see it not upside down. Because we had it set to upside down for the way the camera was on the tripod. Said it looked right. And now it looks right. Okay.